Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. We are from Group 1, Section 2, want to present to you guys about our final project, which is Library Management System. Before we start our presentation, let me introduce myself and also my team member. So my name is Muhammad Hafi Aiman bin Hussein and I am a team leader for this group. The next one is Nur Alisha Nadira binti Muhammad Sukri. And the third one is Amir Imtiaz bin Muhammad. And the last one is Dang Sofia binti Muhammad Zahari. Okay, so let's begin our presentation with introduction.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Alisha Nadira binti Muhammad Sukri, and today I'm gonna explain about a project that we create for object-oriented programming. And a project that we create is a library management system. So I will explain a little bit about a project background. Okay, so library management system is a system which refers to a library, which means a library can use the system for to manage all the things in the library. So for example, we design this system to handle all the problems or work in the library. So for example, if before a librarian, they need to put a lot of energy for their working, for the things that they are working. Okay, so for example, they are store all the detail of book of library member in a logbook. So it was hard for them and it required a lot of energy. So we create this system which allow them to remove, search, add, and update the books in a library. So it was easy for them to handle all work in a library. We also designed this system which they can search the book that are in the library. For example, they can search by author, by title, by category, and so on. So each book in the library have a unique identification number, and it cannot be shared with other books. So it will easy for them to search the book. And then each rack will have a rack number that help to locate the book. In a library, there will be one or more a copy of book that have in the library. So a library member should be able to reserve and check out the copy of a book. And then the system should be able to retrieve information like who took a particular book or what are the books checked out by a specific library member. So in here, meaning that if one student borrow a book and their name and detail are in the system. So if they are late of return the book, the system will inform that to the librarian. This system can be used for a library member and also a librarian. And a person who handle the system is admin of the library. And then each member and each librarian will have their own ID card numbers which identify who is this and who is that. So each number in their ID card are unique that cannot be shared with anyone. And then lastly, the system store the data information of a library. So for example, as I said earlier, it can store the book detail, the librarian member, a librarian, and so on. So all things that happen in a library can be stored in this system.
I will continue my friend presentation. So I will continue for the problem statement. Many problems library are completed manually by a group of people. There are people can record regarding the books and student borrows. It's checked manually and keep records on issue books. And then where we know that the all that's thing have to be carried out manually, and if the library is very large, proper record keeping will become a major problem, as manual record and keep have never been realized that method because the people tend to forgot things. There are problems of exciting system that we can call it is the completed to research catalog, like search by author, book titles, subject, and others. Another thing is tracking book of this difficult that we know is really tracking. When we talk about tracking, is really hard for student, and then or for user, or when we find any books at the library, and the information about issue like borrow and return book is not presented, is like really hard for us. And then the another thing is library data has been saved may be incorrect and loose of others. And the last one is fast report generation is not possible, that we know that is really hard for the user to know that the book keeping the fast report. So I think we can go to the next slide. Thank you.
The purpose of us creating this system is we create and design the system in order to automate the library management system. And second, we build the system to receive an input and will generate automatically an output quickly and in a short time. So a librarian can save their time of working, and they don't need to work hard to handle all the things that happen in a library. And third, we build this system that is able to monitor and manage all library operation efficiently. So there will be no problem if a librarian use this system to handle all things happen in a library. Next, we give an opportunity to a librarian to reduce their mistake during their manually working in a library. So for example, if as I said before, they work manually, which they take all the detail of member, detail of book in a book log. So there will be a mistake on that book. So this system will help them prevent the mistake that they create. And then this system will store properly a library item and a library detail in order to keep the security of a system. So the security was strong enough and it was safe than a manually report. Last but not least, the objective of our project is to enter and preserve detail of the various issue that happen in a library. So for example, if there any problem happen to the book, for example it was missing or a library member are late returning the book, the information of that will be put in a system, so everyone in a library or specifically a librarian can know what happened to the book in a library. And then this system will keep track of data about a returning book. So this specifically for a member who lending a book, and the system will keep track of a date for a date when they are lending a book and a date that they are supposed to return the book. So the system will keep all of the data in a system. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Amir Imtiaz bin Muhammad. My matric number is AA191500. So I'm going to present about project scope. Okay, firstly, any library member should be able to search books by the title, author, subject category as well by the publication date. And each book will have a unique identification number and other details including a rack number which will help to physically locate the book. There could be more than one copy of a book, and library members should be able to check out and reserve any copy. We will call each copy of a book item. Next, the system should be able to retrieve information like who took a particular book or what's other book checked out by a specific library member. Then the system should be able to collect fines for book written after the due date. Then members should be able to reserve books that are not currently available. The system should be able to send notification whenever the reserved book become available, as well as when the book is not written within the due date. Lastly, each book and member card will have a unique barcode. The system will be able to read barcodes from books and member library cards.
6 months later.
My name is Amir Imtiaz bin Muhammad. So I'm going to present about my use case diagram project. We have three main actors in our system. Firstly, librarian. Librarian mainly responsible for adding and modifying books, book items, and users. The librarian can also issue, reserve, and return book items. Then, members actor. All members can search the catalog as well as check out, reserve, renew, and return a book. And system mainly responsible for sending notification for overdue books, cancel, reservation, and others. Okay, firstly, member should log in, register or update account, cancel membership. Member can log in, add a new member or cancel the membership of an existing member. Then member also can search catalog with search by book title, search by author name, search by subject name, and search by publication date. Then librarian can issue library card with a register new account. Librarian can also edit book, remove book, add book item, remove book item, edit book item, and update catalog without a member. Okay, then member can librarian can issue book to a member can check out book to borrow a book from the library. So a member and librarian can remove reservation, renew book, save book, view account, and return book. These 5 use case special for a member, and last return book the output pay fine. Lastly, system can send overdue notification, send reservation available notification, and also send reservation cancel notification. That's all for
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dan Sofia binti Mazari. So I will continue my front presentation. So my part is activity diagram that we know we had 9 activity. It's been we have a 9 activity diagram. So the first thing is add, check out, delete, edit, renew, reserve, return, and research. So let's start it with the add. So in the add diagram system, we know that the user need to account verify add the books, and user need to select the categories of book. If they don't want, they can exit, and then they need to save the change database. And then the next part is the book add successfully. So we go to the another slide. Thank you. Again, and we go to the next slides. It's mean the checkout activities in the diagram that we know that if you can see, the first thing the user need to scan their library card tag the barcode. Is mean the user need to scan their barcode card, and then the next step is the members can barcode of books and select the renew the button books. And then the next step is system fresh book detail, and then if they don't want to go the next step, they can say no. If they want to go to the next step, you can say yes. So for the say yes, the system check the number of book issue to be the number, and then for the next step, they have to system check if the book has been reserved at any or other members. If they can find, the system is going to exit. But if they find the book already have, so then they are going to the next step. So the next step is system create the book checkout transaction, and then the next is the system update and status of the book to load it. It's mean to make the book going to reserve for others, and then system increments number of the book issue to the members, and the last one is system mark any reserve complete that the member have made against the books. It's mean the system, the book is checked out and the system is running out. So that's all for the checkout. We go to the next slide. Thank you. Sophia. So we're going to the delete page. So if you can see at the slide, the user need to account verify and then delete the book, and then select the book to be deleted, and then the user need to save the change of database. It's mean the system need to change the database, and then the output is book successfully removed. So the system is running out. So that's all. And again, so we're going to the edit system. For the activity edit system, so the first thing is user need to account verify and then edit the books, select to the books edit, and then the next step save change to the database. Is like the before for the delete, but this one is for the edit, and then the output is book successfully edit. That's all from us. Thank you. For the register diagram, if you can see at the slide, is the user need to log in and then register their account, and then the next step is they can choose to maintain the book, tracking the number of such a book. So we go to the first thing is maintain the book. They can add a book, update book, remove book. So another then is they can checking number of book issue to the members, so they can go to the logout to exit the system. Or another one is if the user is valid, so they can search a book, checking ability of book. It's mean when the book is ability, yes, and then if not, they can say no, so the book is not ability. So for the answer yes, they can request for the issue. And then in new diagrams, if you can see, the user need to member scan their library card before this, and scan barcode of book and select the renew to the books, and then system fresh book detail and check book has returned within the due date. And if you can see yes, they can calculate the fine and create transaction for the fine collection, and then another then collect the final and see if the book has been received by others member. If you can say no, the system will error the message book can be issued, and then upload the status of book reserve and send the notification to members who has the received book and has become ability, and they are again going to exit. But if they can say no, they can create a book checkout transaction within the date new date, and then the user need to go and exit by the system lah. Thank you. For the reserve page, is main reserve diagram. The user need to place the book and receive information book, and then system receive order, system calculate time period, and system close the order, and the user can need to exit by the system, or they can go to the system, take a book order, and then they are proceed to system process order, pack in renew card book. The customer take out the book, and then system record the book, and then they are going to exit by the system. Thank you. That's all. Diagram, you can see the member need to scan the barcode like before this. System fresh book detail, system checking the book and return within the due date. And then if they can see no, they need to calculate the fine, create transaction for fine collection, final, and then system decrement the number of book issue for the members, and system check the book has been reserved by any members. If they can say yes, it means the system update the book reserve, and then return and then system send to notification that a member has been return the book ability. And if they can say no, the system added to book ability, and they are going to exit. That's all. Is search. It means the user need to searching the book, and if they want to search, they can search a book and check ability of book. If yes, request for issue and issue the book, they can exit the system. Or if they can say no, is mean the book is not ability. They need to go to the upstairs to find another books, and then they can exit the system. If you again, and we talk about the sequence diagram. In the sequence diagram, if you can see at the slide, we have like 5. The thing is labyrinth, book, member record, transaction, and bill. If you can see, the first thing is validate the members, and the second things what you can see is get the issue details, and then the another then is get the member types, and then another step is create, and another step is calculate the fine. If you can see, before the exit the instruction is adding the file members detail, and then find a page, update the book status, and update the member record before they are exit into their system. So if you can see, the transaction, the all entities is going create a system on this library management system, and it make a great system like we provide is. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hello. My name is Muhammad Hafi and I will demonstrate our final project, which is a library management system. So as you can see, this is our code that we have made by ourselves. We are using text file to store a data. So let's go to demonstration part. So first thing first, we need to compile the file. And then we run the file. Okay. So this is the main interface for library management system. For login part, there are two privilege, which is admin and student. So let's take a look to admin part. So this is admin interface. For admin, they can choose whether they want to add book, display book list, delete book, search book, update book, and also log out. So let's choose add book. For example, enter book ID, book title, enter book author, enter book ISBN. And lastly, enter book status, whether available or not available. So I type available. So add book is successful. Press any key to continue. Then next, we will try to display book list. So this is the book list. There are 4 books. And then we try to delete book. Enter book ID to delete. 5. Successful delete. can check. There are no ID 5 ID, and then for searching book, enter book title. Let's say I want to search like so the system will display the search book like Benjamin, Mark McFree. Press key to continue, and we can also update the book. Enter book ID first. Enter the new book title. Enter the new author. Enter the new ISBN. And last part is enter book status. And enter. So it's true. Meaning the update is successful. Can check the updated book. So I leave Benjamin, make request, SBN, and available. So we log out for admin portal. For student part, we log in student part. This is main interface for student. So the function is search a book, check out, renew, return, and log out. So search book is same like admin portal. So we try to check out. So when we choose check out, they can the system will display the available book only. So we choose ID for check out, book ID. Let's say 3. Enter student ID. Enter your name, phone number. So borrowing book is successful. The system will display thank you for borrowing this book. Please take good care of this book. Please return this book on time. Press any key to continue. For renew part, enter student ID for renew. So which book? We enter ISBN. How many days? Let's say we put 2 days. So the system will display thank you for borrowing this book. Please take good care of this book. Please return this book on time. Press any key to continue. And then the fourth function is return enter student ID, the book ISBN, so the system will calculate the fine if the student if the student not return a book on time, and then the system will display the fine for the student. Press any key to continue, and then we can log out. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.